everybody, thanks so much for joining me. I'd like to welcome you to my channel if you're brand new here. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks so much for coming back. My name's Susan Timchak and I am a home machine embroiderer. So if you're brand new to my channel, maybe you have not yet seen any of my videos and I'm not sure where I'm supposed to look. And there goes my dog. But I thought I would show my face this time. Sorry if you can hear her. Somebody's coming home, so she just has to be my doorbell, more like my dog bell. Hold on a sec. Aurora! Yeah, it don't matter. Anyhow, I apologize for that, but it's just, if I would have started this 10 minutes before it would have happened, or if I would have started this 10 minutes later, it still would have happened. Anyhow, I want to share with you some more freestanding lace projects. I have some to share with you. I've just been having so much fun with this, and I just want to keep going with it because it is a lot of fun. It's not a whole lot of work. It makes super fantastic projects, and there's much more you can do with it than just the quick little ornaments. I've seen 3D projects. I've seen so many things. Although I'm not going to get into that. I'm still into the kind of simple things. But I do have a tray here of some fun things that I have made. And let me just see if Bob will share his space with me here without knocking him on the floor. So some of the fun things that I have been making are lots of ornaments. And the little label I did on my brother P Touch, it does the printing on ribbon, and they kind of are pretty stiff. I'm surprised. If you don't rinse out a lot of the stabilizer, it'll stay stiff. So that one is a snowflake. I'm not sure. I think I did the boot one on here on another video. But here is one of the boots. Isn't that pretty? And I love the boot so much I had to do two. So I have two boots. This one is a real pretty ornament. Isn't that pretty? I'm sure you could see that. I love that. So I have two of the ornaments. So then I thought, okay, so those were designs that I purchased. So if you're like me, we want free, right? So I am a subscriber to Creative Fabrica. And I will put my affiliate link down below if you'd like to check it out. Now they have lots of things on there, not just embroidery. They have, if you're into crickets, if you're into sewing, crocheting, you name it, they have it on there. And if you just want to buy one or two things, you can do that. But if you want to become a member, it's a monthly subscription. And in that case, you're able to download as much as you want. There's no limit. There's no cost to anything, just your monthly subscription. And by using my affiliate link, I get a little bit of money too, which helps me to keep my channel going, gives me extra spend money to purchase more designs and things like that. And of course, to pay for my Creative Fabrica subscription. So I went on there. I was shocked how much stuff there is on there. And I'm going to have to go grab my iPad in a second or so because I have it pulled up. So I found this real pretty cross bookmark. And I'm not sure if you can see. There you go. Do you see that iridescent on there? What I did is I put Mylar on top of it. And I got this little tassel. Letting me know pretty much all the things that I purchased. Let me show you a little. Where are you at? I think you could see that. It's so iridescent and pretty. Now you don't have to do the Mylar. I just thought it'd be nice. But it's a cute little stunning bookmark. But you don't have to use the Mylar. You can just stitch it like the other ornaments. Then I found on there also a tree. And this one is large. These are all done in a 5x7 hoop. The smaller ones can be done in a 4x4, but no larger than 5x7. And this one I used the Mylar that on one side it's silver, and when you turn it around, the other side is gold. I do think the silver shows up much better, so I put my little label on there. And I'm looking at it. I'm thinking it's crooked. I'll fix it later. But isn't that pretty? There you go. You can see it. So that's pretty. Oh, and then on Creative Fabrica, there was a bell. I love the bell. The bell is super pretty. And of course, I made a little Christmas 2021 on there. Now, if my first project for any of the freestanding lace embroidery was a download that I purchased, and this is I'll put it this way so you can see, this is a bookmark. And this was the first time. I got these tassels through Amazon, and I will show you them because I think that they are very nice. Let me show you. Here is the UPC code. I think you can read that. I'll try to remember to put it down in the comments, but you get a nice variety of tassels. And how many do you get? Does it say? 20 colors, 5 of each, so 100. Get 100, and they weren't that expensive. Also, something that I got because I want to try some freestanding lace in different colors. And I don't know about you if you machine embroider, but I absolutely hate winding my own bobbins. So I'm going to give these a try. And these are from Sim Thread. And let me show you. I bought 2 because, you know, you just can't never buy one. And here is the UPC code for that. And again, I'm not sure if that's, I will try to remember to put the number in there. But it's just Sim Thread, bobbin, Sim Thread. Well, I don't know. Just put in a bobbin for embroidery machine, bobbin, colored bobbin thread. I don't know, whatever. But anyhow, so I loved how these bookmarks came out, and I'm just like all the rage for all of this kind of embroidery. So what I thought I would do with you all today is to make another one of these. And where is it? Let me put all this aside. Have a little tray with everything in. Make another one of these crosses and do it with you and show you how to work with the Mylar. It's not a big deal, trust me, not a big deal. Okay, so now that you've seen me, in case you're wondering, what do I look like? Now you know. So I'm going to start off. I've been having a lot of success. Let me take it out of here. And I may have to be ordering more of this. This is, and again, everything purchased on Amazon, Ultra Solvi Water Soluble Stabilizer. And this is the weight, kind of curled, heavy. Okay, and here's the top of the label. Okay, and again, Amazon. So let me show you it. It's not that thin, flimsy one. This is a nice, thick one. If you don't have this and you want to make these, you can go ahead and use your regular, oh, let me show you. So here is the thin one. So this thin one, if I could find the beginning of it. Is this a brand new roll, or why am I not finding it? It's as bad as that plastic wrap you buy in the store. So this is the real thin one. Okay, you can almost put your finger through. This type of stabilizer you're going to use on top of, if you have something like a fleece, a towel, anything like that, you put this on top. But this one here, this heavyweight one, is going to be used for doing the ornaments. But if you don't have that, oh, and there goes that rolling around. There's also a wash away stabilizer where it looks like this. Almost reminds you of interfacing. And when you wet this, it just dissolves. So if you're going to use this one, I would recommend, and what I've been reading a lot is people double up on this one. And you want to make sure that it's tight in the hoop. That's very important, because what will happen, all that stitching, boom, 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 on that is going to release it from the side of the hoop, and it's going to come out, and you're going to get puckering, and you're not going to have a good outcome. So definitely make sure. What I did on one of my videos, I think the last one, I told you on the inside of my hoop, and this is the one that has the arm on it, the little connector, you can put some double-sided tape running around here, or after you hoop it with your stabilizer, you can put some T-pins so it helps hold that stabilizer in there. Okay, so what do you say? You say you want to get going? All right, let me go grab my iPad and this area carpet I have in here. I'm going to take you all over with me. Is only in the center of the room. So when I go and roll my chair away, it ends up taking the carpet with it. All right, so I don't have fancy schmancy kind of setups like a lot of YouTube people do, but here it is on Creative Fabrica. Okay, and it's called Cross Bookmark. And I don't really know how much it is because I'm a member of Creative Fabrica, so I can download everything and anything I want to. So, but there it shows there. Let's see another picture. Here's another picture here, and they did it in yellow. And so you can do it in any color you want. I'm going to stick to white. Okay, let me put that aside. All right, let me move this over. Let's bring Bob back into the picture. See, there's a lot of prep work to have. And there goes my little trash thing that I have on there. Okay. All right, bobbin is good. Oh, and let me show you now Mylar. You may be wondering, I'm stuck on the carpet here. Hold on. This is real, people. This is like almost live, but recorded. I bought these Mylar sheets from Kimberbell. Okay, and it comes with gold, silver, black, and iridescent. So I used the iridescent on the cross, and the gold silver is the one I used on the tree. Now you can also, you know, like Mylar balloons or Mylar gift wrap. It's just, let me take it out and show you. It's just a thin, like tissue wrap, like the Mylar balloons. That's all it is. It's just very thin. This is the one we're going to use, iridescent. You see that? It's just like thin tissue wrap. And then there's the black, the gold, the silver. And I'm not going to use those, but I am going to use this one, and this piece should be big enough. So all that being said, let me turn you over toward the machine, and we can get this all situated for you. Hold on a sec. Close your eyes if you get dizzy, just in case. And don't mind my mess. All right. Let me see. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, and normally I would do this over on my other desk, but I'm going to measure my hoop with my stabilizer, and about that is good. I'm going to trim this out with my scissors. And it's a little harder to do this way. It's better to do on a flat surface. So don't do what I do. And I'm using a 5x7 hoop for this. So I'm just going to put this, and again, I'm going to reiterate, don't do this on your machine like I am. Okay. All right, now I'm going to tug at this, push my hoop down, tug, push the hoop down, and make sure it's nice and snug in there. Tighten the screw up. If you have to, use a screwdriver to tighten it up as much as you can. The tighter, the better. Let me just bring this down here. Okay, because the hooping is the most important part. All right, so I'm going to push this down. Now, what I like to do when I hoop, I like to have this part of the hoop extend a little bit more. So it kind of, can you see how it kind of sticks out a little bit? So that when it's running on the machine, it's rubbing on this bottom hoop. Okay, so I'm just going to tighten that up a little bit more. All right, so like I said, let's turn him on. and I already have it downloaded. I like to use this little extension for my USB. This way I can keep it plugged in and just plug and unplug from here to save my USB port, because from what I hear they could go bad from, you know, how many times we're going in and out and in and out. All right, let me flip you this way so you can kind of get a view of my screen, kind of, sort of. All right, I'm going to touch my screen and it's going to tell you the unit's going to move. So I'm going to hit OK. It's just going to set itself up, realign itself so it's ready to go. I'm going to go into embroidery. This is an embroidery machine only. It's a Brother Essence VE2300. And I'm going to go into here, which is for my USB. And here you can see all the different ones. There's the tree, the cross. I have a pumpkin I want to do with different colors. Oh, this is something else. This is an ornament. This one I can't see. I'm not sure what that one is. The stocking, the snowflake, and then some other things I have downloaded in here. And all right, so here's the cross. That's the one we want. So there it is. And I'm going to hit embroidery. Okay, so we are good to go. And here it shows you the different hoop sizes. So this one here is 5x7, so that's the one I'm going to use. This machine goes up to an 8x10. So these two sizes, I believe, are the ones you can use, the two that are in the gray. So this would be the 6x10 and then the 8x12. So the two in the gray color, which would be the 4x4 and the 5x7. All right, so we are set to go. Now this is going to take 15 minutes. Okay, let me move you closer so you can see the stitching, because I know that's whenever I watch videos, you're a little bit crooked there. You're part way on the carpet and on the floor. So whenever I've watched videos, I like it so that I can see. Now what is that that's in the way there? Hold on a second. Oh, let's not forget our Mylar. So let me just stick that there for now. I want to make sure. Oops. What did I hit on there? Oh, goodness gracious. Let me, no. Okay. Let me make sure you can see. Okay. All right, so here we have it all hooped. We have it attached to our machine. We're going to put the Mylar, I think it's the same size up and down. Looks like it's a little longer. We're just going to place the Mylar right on top. And I already have an idea where it's going to stitch from the last one. So this one is 11,861 stitches, and it takes 15 minutes. And it's done in one color, okay? So we're going to go ahead and put the foot down. And when it's green, that means it's ready to go. I already have it threaded. I already have a partially full bobbin, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the green, and then it's going to be our story time, right? How many of you, here we go. How many of you love our story time? The only thing I want to keep doing as it's stitching is to make sure the Mylar, you know, is still here. Not that it's going to go anywhere, but, and here it goes. Okay. So story time. Oh my gosh, today is what? Today is Wednesday, October 27th, 2021, depending on when you're watching. And again, I want to thank you if you are a returning subscriber, or if you're not yet a subscriber and you like what you see, then be sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Next to that, you'll find a little bell. That is a notification bell that you can ring. When you ring that bell, you will be notified every time I go live, which I haven't done yet, or I upload a new video. So this way you won't miss out on anything that I'm doing. So let's go with our story. So, okay, I have two stories. Maybe, you know, they might be not so smart stories, but nevertheless. So my grandson's birthday is coming up in November, and you know, I already ordered him something on Amazon, of course, and I wanted to go get him some clothes. So my daughter lives about an hour away. Now she lives near a Kohl's, so I thought, I live nearby a Kohl's, I'll just go to Kohl's So it'll be easy if she has to return anything, right? So, okay, I'm going to go to Kohl's. So I had a return to Amazon. And in my area, you can go to Kohl's and return your Amazon. So in return, they give you a coupon for $5 to shop. And it doesn't have to be that day. It can be within like a week it was. So I thought, okay, I have $5 cash to spend. And I know that they do the Kohl's cash. So by the time I'm done, I'll have Kohl's cash. And then I can turn that in my next shopping spree for my other grandson to start, Christmas shopping. So anyhow, I go there. And, oh my gosh, can I just tell you, if you're shopping for boys, for clothes, my Kohl's here in Wilkes-Barre, what a fiasco. Now, though my one grandson is in the smaller boys and the other one is in the larger boys. So it's the one that's in the larger boys. They had like almost nothing to shop for. Almost nothing. And then when you're looking for a certain size, it's like, are you kidding me? So I ended up getting him, got him something. I don't want to say in case he watches, because sometimes my daughter watches. So I got him something, and I checked out. Okay, fine. I got my savings. I got my Kohl's cash. I did all that. I went home. I was exhausted by the time I went home. Now I know why I shop online. I'm telling you, this whole COVID thing, it has got me to the point where I don't even want to shop in a store. Are you kidding? So anyhow, the next day I'm at work, and the receipt falls out of my purse, and I'm like, I was reaching in to get my hand sanitizer, and I'm like, oh, there's my Kohl's receipt. So I look at it, and I see 5 items listed. And I'm like, really? I only bought 4 items. How is there 5? So after work, go home, and I get the items in the bag, and I thought, I'm going right back up to Kohl's. So up I go. Well, sure enough, when the girl was ringing me out, she rang one item through twice. Now, really? Like, I'm telling you, that's why I shop online. That's why. And you know what? Online, Kohl's has so much better selection. Now, for girls, they could fill half a store for what they have for girls, but for boys, it's either jeans, sweats, Under Armour, t-shirts, shorts, and long sleeve shirts, and just a few very minimal dress outfits, if nothing. So the next day I got an email. They wanted to know how was my experience shopping at Kohl's. Oops. And I thought, oh boy. Well, I'm not going to lie. So, I filled it out, and I said, I told them exactly. The boys section, nothing to choose from. Charged twice, had to drive all the way back to the store for a $12 item. But hey, if they did that to every single person, it's my thinking. Every single person, if they charge $12 extra, like, hello. So anyhow, they did write me back, and they, actually the store manager for the Wilkes-Barre store, and she apologized, and, if there's anything she can do, blah, 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 whatever. But I will be sure to use my Kohl's cash and Christmas shop online through Kohl's. Gets delivered right to your house. Isn't this pretty? It reminds me of like it's ice. I think you can see it. It's kind of hard to see because it, with the overlay. But anyhow, so that was my one story. Story number 2. Grab another drink. Take a couple sips of your tea. Story number 2 was back when, before I had this machine, I had the Innovis 1600. And I had some issues with it, and I took it back in to have service done on it. Plus I had like a couple million stitches on it, which I keep saying this one's going to need to go hopefully before winter sets in. But anyhow, I had made the mistake of going to the showroom, and I'm just going to look, Well, yeah, I ended up coming home with this one, traded that one in. Pocono Sew and Vac, great people to deal with, and they're in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. You can even shop online at poconosewandvac.com. Anyhow, they gave me a great deal on my machine for a trade-in. I mean, it was less than a year old, and I got this one. And of course, I did it on credit. So I put cash down plus the trade-in, and then whatever was remaining I did on credit. So now that was apparently a year ago now. So I've been getting the statements, you know, from, who is it they deal with? Synchrony. Synchrony is who they deal with, which I believe it's the same as Lowe's. It might be the same as Care Credit if you have that. Like if you need, you can use it for dental work. You can use it for, you know, sicknesses, or I think you can even use it on your pets if they're ill. Anyhow, I kept seeing like this thing that was on there when the bill would come and say something about your promotion is running out. Well, I didn't know what the heck that even meant. Because I remember when I bought the machine, he said, oh, you can have 12 months, no interest. He said, so, you know, if you figure it out, you know, you can end up paying it off in 12 months. But then if not, well then, you know, whatever. Now, he failed to tell me that, and I know a lot of you are already going, I know where you're going. Failed to tell me that if you do not pay it off within 12 months, you are charged all of that interest, which, hello. So my bill went from one amount up $700, all the interest, because of course I didn't pay it off in the year, because had I known that, I would have. You know, I just thought the first year I don't have to pay interest. Yeah. Read the fine print. My mistake, but I didn't know. So I called Synchrony. And I said, you know, I didn't know that I signed up for this promotion. Well, you did when you bought the machine. You know, some woman speaking some foreign language that, you know, she was pretty good, but there were some things where I was like, huh? So anyhow, the only thing they could do for me is if I pay it off, they'll give me an extra month. If I pay it off, I won't have to pay the interest. So it's like, all right, now who and what am I going to sell to get the money to pay this off? Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't have $1,000 laying around the house that I can just pay something off with. So needless to say, you know, it's going to be plan B, but I have a month to come up with where I'm going to get the money from. So if you're into Stampin' Up! And you want to help support me, or you want to help support my channel, I'm all open for that. But anyhow, so just a word of caution. If you're going to buy something, make sure you read the small print. Make sure you ask questions. Don't be a soup like me and just think someone's giving you free interest for a year, because nothing in life is free. So I'm sure many of you can relate, because I started asking around people and they're like, oh yeah, I ran into that too. Oh, you know. So it's common. It's common that it happens a lot. So anyhow, those are my two stories. Yeah, I don't know if I have too much more. What else has been going on? Just working. Work is busy, which is good. Trying to get more videos out, because I know I was MIA for a while there. But sometimes after the end of the day, I mean, like I was going to do this video last night. I sat in the chair with my cup of tea. Next thing I knew, I woke up and it was like 2 hours later. I just fell asleep in the chair. I'm just exhausted, tired, exhausted. But I'm fighting back the yawning right now. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to just go upstairs. I had some dinner, which, oh, by the way, if you put something on the stove and you're running the sweeper and answering the phone and talking to the grandkids and doing all that, make sure you check your food on the stove. Needless to say, my chicken was burnt, but I'm like, it's just going to add some flavor on the one side. And I ate it, but I wasn't thrilled with that. I'm trying to watch my intake, my carbs, my sugar. there should be no sugar. My A1C when I went for my recent blood work was high, and you know, I'm close to next step being insulin, so for diabetes, and I just don't want that. So I've been really cutting out carbs. And I'll tell you what, I've made sandwiches. I've made chicken salad sandwiches, and instead of using bread, I use lettuce. I use romaine or head lettuce, whatever. The romaine is really nice because it kind of has that little curl to it. So it's almost like, you know, bread top and bottom, and it's crunchy when you bite into it. And, you know, I really kind of enjoyed that. And yes, my body is still wanting to crave bread and carbs, but I've cut them out quite a bit. And I don't really know. Tomorrow, I usually weigh myself on Thursdays when I go to work, because that's when I went to the doctor's. And when I went and weighed myself last week, was this the third week I'm on it? So the first week I weighed myself, and I think it was 2 pounds. And then last week, I don't really think there was any. So I can feel that my clothes are fitting a little bit different. And I'm still tired, though. I'm still tired. But anyhow, so you know, just watching what I'm eating. And, you know, I tried for the first time pizza with the cauliflower crust. And I have to tell you, I ordered it from Domino's, and I have to tell you that I thought it was really good. The other pizza I order from Domino's, and I don't order a lot, but I do love pizza, is that real thin crust, and I enjoy that a lot as well. We're almost done here, all my chit-chatting. We're at almost 9,900, so we only have another 2,000 to go. But I hope you've been enjoying these videos. I get so many nice comments from so many of you, and I just want to thank you for taking time to write a comment. There are a couple that I have to go through and block and report because they leave these undesirable comments. So I either block them and or I report them to YouTube. Because it's just, you know, you're just not going to get away with it, because I look at my comments all the time. And I try, I want to say 99%, I try to respond to each and every comment. Sometimes there might be one or two that slip through the cracks, but I do appreciate you leaving comments. A lot of you say that my videos help you so much, and that is just the whole reason why I do these. Is to share, you know, I am no expert by any means. I just share with you the way that I do things. I'm self-taught. Pretty much all my crafting is self-taught. And I just enjoy doing the videos. I kind of feel like you're all sitting in a room with me, and we're just crafting away and chatting and, you know, having a good time. And one of these times I am going to do a live. Oh my gosh, that makes me so nervous. I do lives all the time on my Facebook page for my stamping. I do a live every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And I also have a Facebook page, Sweet Bee Embroidery. I'll put that name of it down below. So come on over there and check out all the things that, you know, I've been creating and doing. And we are almost done. And I love to create things, and I love to share them, and I'm proud of myself, you know. And you know, if you do a craft and you make things, you should be proud of what you make, and you should be wanting to share it with everybody. Now, not everybody would be like, you know, I don't want to say not nice, but you know, they don't think when they'll say, oh, can you make me one of those? They don't think that, you know, how much is involved in making crafts. So you should be proud of whatever craft it is that you do, or anything you do, whether you write poetry, write books, whatever it is you do. Be proud of what you do and display it and share it. Ooh, she's really rocking, isn't she? We are at the end. Wow. And there we are, finished sewing. I'm going to click the OK. So that wasn't too bad. Look at that. Let's see if I can. I'm going to move you back a little bit. so I can show you better. My goodness, look at that. Okay, so what do we do next? So we just go in and we're just going to peel the Mylar. Just go along the outer edge, and any of it you miss, you can get it off later. Okay, and you can save this, because sometimes when I did, let me show you. Is it on this one? Did I do it on this one? No, I didn't do it on this one, but if you were doing like something like this with a wing, you can put a piece of Mylar on there. This one I have, I don't have Mylar, I have vinyl, glitter vinyl on there. But these small little pieces, you can use them for things like that. Okay, I don't want to get caught up in my cord here. So you're just going to pull this away. And like I said, anything that's left remaining, you can go ahead and get that out later. You just tear that away. And I mean, there's a lot of good pieces on here, so I'm just going to put that aside. I'll fix that later. And there's a couple little pieces still stuck on here. I'll throw that on the floor for George. And if you're wondering who the heck is George, George is my little robot sweeper. I'm like silly with like that. I made him with my little Joy Cricut maker. I put his little name on there, and I made him a little, like he looks like a butler with little eyes. And yeah, I know, I'm crazy. There, so you tear that away, and this is what you're left with. So now what you can do, I'm just going to go ahead and use my curved scissors, is you can leave it in the hoop, and then I'm just going to kind of poke through, and I'm just going to trim around. Sometimes when it's in the hoop, it's a little bit easier to manage. Going to trim, and then once I do that, and again, I would take this over to my desk and do, I wouldn't necessarily do it on top of my machine. So then I want to go as close as I can without cutting my image. You could see that. And then what I do after this is you can get yourself a bowl of warm water, or I just, my craft room is upstairs and the bathroom is right next to me here. So I just run it in the bathroom and run the warm water and let the water run over it. So what will happen is this water soluble stabilizer will dissolve, and the Mylar will be left behind. And I'll go ahead and show you the finished one again. And then in the top here, I just poke a hole, and that's where I put my little, whatchamacallit, tassel. My little ribbon tassel, not ribbon tassel, my little tassel, you know what I mean. I'll tell you, I don't know what it is lately, but I am like lost for my words. My words, I'm trying to explain something at work to somebody, and I'm just like, I can't think. So there it is. Okay. Now it's a little flimsy. So you'll run this under warm water, or put it in a little tray of warm water. And if you just make sure you dissolve it enough, if you can try to keep a little bit of the stabilizer in there, then it will keep it a little more stiff. But let me show you the finished one. So this is what it's like. It's a little, see, it's a little stiff. So then after, and I have Mylar stuck to me everywhere. So after I run it in the warm water, I just take a towel and I kind of pat top and bottom, and then I just lay it flat. You can lay it flat on a cookie rack. You can I lay it flat in my bathroom on my radiator cover, and I just lay it, you know, let me just move this here. Just lay it, you know, flatten it out the right side up, which it's kind of hard to tell, but you could kind of tell which is the right side up. Flatten it out and then lay it there to dry. And then by morning, it'll be dry enough that it'll be, you know, stiff. Now I did read on someone's blog that they said if you want it to be stiffer, Then just take some of the remnants of this and wet it and kind of dab over the back and let it dry. I haven't tried that. I don't know how that works. But, you know, it's just a little bookmark. Or I suppose you can put it on like the front of a Bible cover. Wouldn't that be stunning on the front? Or maybe somebody you know is going into the priesthood, or First Communion, First Holy Communion, or confirmation, or, you know, just someone that's religious. Maybe your local priest, you can make something for them, you know, whatever. But I think it's beautiful. And I think the Mylar does a lot. I'll bring it up a little closer so you can see. I think you saw it pretty well before with the Mylar. Yeah, it's kind of picking it up. It's hard. But, yeah, it just gives a little sparkle and sheen. And if you don't like the Mylar, you don't want to get into doing that, then just stitch it up like regular. Like this cute little bell. This bell was just done. And this bell was a quick stitch. I was surprised. And this is one from Creative Fabrica. I was surprised how quick this bell stitched up. And I did this in my 4x4 hoop for the bell. And it would make beautiful little add-ons in your Christmas card this year, or package tie-ons, or, you know, whatever it is you want to do with them. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope maybe I've answered any questions you've had about, you know, using Mylar and your freestanding lace embroidery. And Mylar can be used for regular embroidery as well. And there are a lot of different designs that you can purchase that are made specifically from Mylar. So check those out too. Check out Creative Fabrica. And if you subscribe using my link, I would really appreciate that. That helps me with my channel. If there's someone you know that you think they would enjoy this, be sure to share the video with your friends and or family, or whoever you think might enjoy learning a little bit about machine embroidery. It's addicting, but it's a heck of a lot of fun. So I want to thank you for joining me. I should just like reach you back up here to me again. There we go. Whoop. Maybe not so. With my messy in the back. All right. So thanks so much, everybody, for joining me. And I really do appreciate, and I want to thank you so much for being a supporter of my channel. And if there's any questions you have, be sure to leave them down below in the comments. And I look forward to doing more stitching with you very soon. So have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.